Retail arbitrage refers to the act of buying a product at a retail store and then selling that same product on an online platform like eBay or Amazon in order to turn a profit. Retail arbitrage, also known as RA in the reselling community, seems to work very well for some of these really big experienced resellers, but if you're like me and you just don't really have a lot of experience with it and you don't really know what you're doing, it can be very difficult to mimic the success shown in these YouTube videos and Instagram posts. So today I'm headed to a store called Ollie's Bargain Outlet. This is a store that buys like liquidation and overstock items from other retailers. And I think if we spend enough time in there scanning some items, we should be able to find something we can make some money on. So I get a lot of questions from people asking me what app I use to scan the barcode on items to look up the values, and I'm just using the eBay app and the Amazon seller app. No fancy third-party apps.
Hello.
So the music in the store is pretty loud and I don't want to get a copy strike on this video, so I'll be doing some voiceovers over some clips here and there. This bag of Snickers I found was pretty promising, but once I scanned it, I did see a sold comp, which was showing that I could make some profit on this item, but when I actually searched the item on eBay to see how many were listed, there were way too many listed for me to be able to make a profit with only one sold comp, so I put that back. I found this can of Kiwi shoe cleaner for $1.99, and when I scanned it on eBay, I found that there were a good number of listings, but there were also a good number of sold comps, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. I ended up finding 8 cans of this, and I bought all of them. This was an example of an item that would be a good flip. You can see they were asking $9.99 each. I scanned these on Amazon and it looks like the payout was about $17.05 per unit before shipping and the cost of goods. So after that, you could still double your money on these units, and there were so many. I think there were like 10 or 15 of these, so you could more than double your money on each one. However, I was gated on Amazon, which basically means I'm just restricted and I can't sell that item. Then I found this Bluetooth speaker that seemed to be pretty promising, so I scanned that on the Amazon seller app, and the rank was a little high, but still pretty good, just under 1 million in electronics. And after we looked at everything and accounted for our cost of goods on this, it looked like our payout on Amazon was going to be about $20 per unit, which was pretty good. I did go ahead and look it up on eBay as well, and there were 2 sold comps, one for $54.99 and one for $39.99. So with a buy cost of only $14.99 each, I decided to take a chance and pick up 4 of these. Then I found this fishing lure. I decided to go ahead and scan that on Amazon, and it turns out that this actually had a really good sales rank of just about 79,000, I believe. And when I clicked on it, I looked at everything on the listing. I saw that there were only 2 other sellers, and neither of the sellers were Prime eligible. I'll explain more about that later, but after I put in the cost of our goods here and the shipping costs and everything, it looks like I could make about $3 to $5 per unit. So I decided to pick up 5 of these.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. You?
Pretty good.
Ollie's card or Sullivan on it?
Actually, I think I do have an Ollie's card. Not that one. This one.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone needed help in the front.
Alright guys, so we are home now. I've got everything I just picked up at Ollie's on the table in front of me, and you can see by the receipt here, I spent $122.40. Which brings me to my first, I guess, issue with retail arbitrage is that you have to be in a position financially to pay up for things when you find the deals. Retail arbitrage takes a ton of capital to get any significant amount of inventory, and if you're a new reseller and you don't have a ton of savings or capital to start off with, then retail arbitrage may not be the route you want to go on. Now on the flip side, one of my favorite parts about retail arbitrage, if you're buying multiple quantities of one item, is that it is very easy to list the items. This Bluetooth speaker, for instance, paid $14.99 for each of these, and I got 4 of them. I think there was 7 or 8 available, but I didn't want to take a huge risk, so I took a medium-sized risk and spent $60 on 4 of these, and I already have these listed on eBay. I'm listing them for $49.99 with free shipping. So once those sell, I should be looking at some pretty good profit margins. And again, all 4 of these are listed with one listing. I just listed 1, set the quantity to 4, and I'm done. So that's a huge benefit to retail arbitrage if you're buying multiple quantity units, is that you can buy, if there was 100 of these and I felt like taking more of a risk, I could have bought 100 of them and it was still just one listing. It would take me 3 minutes to list 100 items. And if you're sourcing at the Goodwill bins or other thrift stores buying one-off items, it would take significantly longer to list 100 items than it would 100 of the same. Another thing I love about retail arbitrage is that you do not have to spend a lot of time cleaning and prepping your items. I think the worst thing I have to do here is take all these Ollie stickers off, which they're not too bad. They take a couple seconds each. But as far as cleaning, if you're buying shoes or clothes at a thrift store, you have to wash them, you have to get stains out, you have to I made a whole video about cleaning shoes. Those take some time to prep before they're ready to list, but generally with retail arbitrage funds, you just take off the store tag and you're good to go. So guys, like I said in the beginning of the video, I am pretty new when it comes to retail arbitrage. I'm not a professional at all. Pretty much every retail arbitrage purchase I have made has been an experiment. Some of them turned out pretty good. Some of them were complete flops. I'm still just trying to get my feet wet and learn everything and sharing the journey along with you guys while I go. Hello, Mose. I love you so much. Do you want to say hey to everybody? Say hey. He is so cute. Your breath stinks real bad. Whew. So again, I'm still learning the process. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think, getting your feet wet and spending maybe $100 here or there, if you can afford it, if you can afford the risk, I like to think every time I make a retail arbitrage purchase that it is a gamble and I am fully expecting to lose that money, because sometimes that's what happens with retail arbitrage. So I would never spend more money than you're willing to lose, especially if you're new and you haven't done it before. But with that being said, I want to talk about these products and how much I think I can profit from each one. So first up, these Bluetooth speakers, they had a decent rank on Amazon. I think it was like 960,000 or so. But on eBay, there were, I think, 3 or 4 sold comps in the last, 30 or 60 days or so. So at a buy cost of just $15 with sold comps on eBay as high as $54 free shipping, I thought this was a pretty good risk for me to take on. Again, I didn't want to invest too much money, so I didn't buy all 7 or 8 of them. I put back about half of them, and I only bought 4. So I'm just taking a risk. I don't think there's going to be any way I could lose money on this. Again, there was a sold comp for one of these speakers of $54 with free shipping. So I listed mine at $49 with free shipping, and at that price, if they sell after fees, shipping, cost of goods, I will be profiting about $20 per unit, which is an ROI of what, like 150% or something like that. So pretty good. Pretty good. Another thing I like about these Bluetooth speakers is that they are waterproof, and I think, getting into the spring and summer months, people are going to be looking for these. So even if I have to resort to selling them locally on Facebook Marketplace for like, $25 a piece, I think I can pull that off, and then I'd still be making a profit of like $10 or so. So I don't think there's any way I'm going to lose money on these. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just experimenting with stuff here, but I think this was a pretty good buy. Now, speaking of the seasonality of the items, how the waterproof Bluetooth speakers will be more popular in the spring and summer months when people are out doing water sports. One water sport people like to do is fishing. So that's one reason why I picked up these bluegill fishing lures. These are freshwater fishing lures, I think. These were $6 each, $5.99 each. And I scanned them on Amazon, and they had a very good sales rank. The sales rank was like 70,000 or something like that in sporting goods, which is pretty good. They should sell pretty quickly. The profit margin on these is a lot less though, with a buy cost of $5.99. After fees, shipping, cost of goods, everything into Amazon, I'm going to profit about $3 per unit. There are only 2 sellers on Amazon selling this fishing lure, and both of them are fulfilled by merchant, which means they ship the item themselves, so their items don't qualify for Amazon Prime shipping. So if I send this item into Amazon, I will have the only listing on Amazon that is Prime shipping on this fishing lure. So getting into the spring and summer months where people start fishing more, and the fact that this lure already has a really good sales rank, I think this was a pretty good buy. It's not going to take a lot of work to prep. It's not going to cost very much at all to send in. I'll probably just add these into another FBA box whenever I get it ready. I think these things are going to sell pretty fast, which is why I'm okay with only a 50% ROI. And then comes the M&M's candies. This is the M&M Holiday Mint Edition. Probably not going to make a ton of money on this stuff. I just found the box of them at the register as I was checking out. And anytime you find stuff that's like limited edition or a holiday version of an item that isn't expired, you can sell it expired, but I wouldn't recommend it. You could take a chance on it. I think these were $2 a piece, $1.99 each, and I have the pack of 4. I'm selling all 4 together in one listing, listed for like $22 free shipping or something like that. So again, not making a ton of money, but what makes my listing stand out on eBay is that mine has the furthest expiration date. There's one similar listing right now on eBay, but their candy expires in July of 2020, and mine doesn't expire until August of 2020. So mine has a 1 month longer shelf life than theirs. So again, it wasn't very much money. It's just taking a chance. And really, that's what retail arbitrage is. Just scanning stuff, finding some good deals that you're comfortable taking a gamble on. Because if this flops, whatever, I'm out $8, But if I could double my money on it and let somebody have some cool candy that they want, then why not? And then next up, we got this Kiwi shoe cleaner. This stuff's pretty cool because it sprays onto the shoe like the cleaning solution, but then the cap has this little scrub brush head thing that you can use to actually scrub the shoe clean. Each of these cans was $1.99, which is a really good price. Sold comps on eBay. There's a 4-pack that sold on December 27th for $34.95 free shipping. Now, since the shoe cleaner is an aerosol-based product, you can't ship it on an airplane, so it would have to go through USPS Parcel Select Ground or some other FedEx or US or UPS method that goes ground. But even with the ground method, $34.95 free shipping, it probably costs about $9 to ship out. So that's still a pretty good profit margin considering I've only got $2 into each can. So there's a couple different listings for a 2-pack and a 3-pack and a 4-pack. So I'll probably just do some research and figure out what is the best way to ship it based on your margins that you're looking for and that cost of shipping it ground. But I'm probably leaning towards, now that I'm thinking about it, probably a 4-pack. I have 8 cans total. So shipping, listing a 4-pack with a quantity of 2, free shipping, probably set it to $34.99 like that sold comp already showed us is possible. And if that sells, I'd be making a similar profit margin to the Bluetooth speakers, about 150%, which is pretty cool. So there you have it, guys. That is my retail arbitrage haul for today. Again, I'm not a professional. I know very little about retail arbitrage. Again, anytime I go on a spending spree and try to buy some items for retail arbitrage, I consider it an experiment and a gamble. I fully expect I could possibly lose money. It's just, I think the best way to learn is to just get out there and do it. You thirsty, bro? Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I appreciate your time tremendously. You're the best, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.